how it's like it's not really a choice if you're in a commitment. And so you have to choose whether you want to be in a commitment and be compelled or coerced, so to speak, by something, um, or to choose, and that, commitment equated oppression and choice freedom. And, I was just thinking about it, and I was talking to my son about it, and we were having a discussion, and this is kind of how I see it, okay? Is that it's commitment to your core values or your truth, who you really are, that enables you to make choices. So if you're really committed to your core truth, then when situations come your way, making a choice on when you need to make a choice or how you want to make the choice becomes sort of like a natural outflowing of being committed to who you really are, right? So say like this way, in the way of thinking of things where commitment equals oppression and choice is freedom, it doesn't really work out in the long run when you think about it, because let's say that I decide I want to be healthy, and that means I want to nix as many processed and GMO foods out of my diet as possible. But I know I'm going to Vegas in a week and there's going to be all these buffets. And, if you're hungry and you're in a buffet, you're pretty much going to eat whatever's there. I mean, it's not really. And you could say it's a choice because you have all these choices, but in reality, the choices actually kind of make you confused. It's like the fog of war for dieting, I guess you'd say. But in reality, if you make a commitment to being healthier, right, eating less GMO and less processed foods, because that's how you really feel about it, then you make the choice ahead of time for when you're in a chaotic situation, when everything goes sideways and you're stressed out and there's all these a commitment to your core value, which is staying healthy, which may mean even making uh, choices ahead of time, like bringing healthy snacks or, kind of choosing things a little bit ahead of time, if that makes sense, because you have made a commitment to something that's important to you, more important than having a momentary, Dorito, I guess you'd say, although I do like Doritos. Um, so if that kind of got me thinking, though, you know, we all kind of struggle with this idea of like what are we? Why are we here? What are we supposed to be doing? And there's a real cliche thing that people say about it, but it's true, and it's start where you are and with what you have. And so by saying where you are, if you just look at your own self in the mirror, you'll see that you're not President Trump, and you're not Melania, and you're not Vladimir Putin, and you're not anybody else in the whole wide world but your own self, right? And that you're you, um, because you're uniquely who you are, and you're supposed to be honest and committed to your own set of values. And really, when you make choices that are in accordance with your values, with who you really are, that sets you free because you're walking in truth, and the truth does set you free, if that makes sense. So, the first step is, who are you? What are you? Well, you're a human, and you're exactly you. You weren't born as anybody else, and you could have been. So you're not supposed to be true to Trump, or you know what I'm saying. There's a certain amount of commitment, of course, to your country and everything, but in your day-to-day life, you're true to you. You're not true to somebody else. You're true to you and who you are. Because if you were supposed to be someone else, you would have been born, not as you. All unique as you are, and that you are kind of a unique manifestation of our living universe. Uh, People call call it God. Call God a he or a she, and in reality, God's not has both qualities. So I guess you could say he, she if you wanted, but you're a unique manifestation, and you were intended to be exactly how you are for what you're going to do in this life. And what you do in this life is being honest to yourself, being truthful with yourself, and you know, that the truth is inside of yourself. So the first step to kind of proceeding from there is you have to calm down. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, think of one thing that you do better when you're nervous, when you're the opposite of calm. Do you sleep better? Do you think better? Do you talk better when you're nervous? No. Do you work better when you're nervous? No. Do you fight better when you're nervous? No. Fight, you want to calm down. Um, do you breathe better when you're nervous? No. No. Everything that's necessary for life, even eating. When you eat when you're nervous, your food doesn't digest right. The first thing you have to do is to calm yourself down. And the way you do that is take some deep breaths. And it really works. And as you inhale from your diaphragm, which is, you could put a hand on your chest and put a hand on your stomach. You want to feel yourself inhaling in your stomach, not so much up here in your chest. Your brain chemistry actually changes the moment you begin to sit up straight or stand up straight. You change your posture and you take deep breaths, right? And after you get doing this, you'll be able to go into a meditative, state, calm down, so to speak. Whether you're in a grocery store, you're around a person who makes you nervous or a situation that makes you nervous, the more you get in this habit of slowing down, even if it's just 5 minutes in the morning, maybe go to the same place initially if that helps you, and take some deep breaths and just let your mind, don't worry, don't anything, just focus on your breathing and calm down. So that's the first thing. To be more effective in life at everything you do, whether it's sleeping, talking, working, you have to calm down or you're not going to think straight. So that's what I wrote there. And let's see. And being committed to your own values and your own truth and calming down are, in my mind, two of the biggest steps to, doing what you came here to do and being able to fulfill your purpose and get to the end of the day and sleep well and all of that. At any rate, I did want to read, there was a comment here, if I can see it. There we go. Once Upon a Time wrote, choices are important, and putting yourself in a position where you can support your choices, like staying away from buffets. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. That's what commitment does. It kind of makes you to pre-plan for your choices a bit. And let's see. We had talked about this last week too, and it was that's another thing that meditation helps with, is that when you're motivated by fear or desire, when one of those two forces pulls you along, your ability to choose becomes very confused. So when you calm yourself, you're kind of freeing yourself from the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, and the longing for acceptance and needing to have something fulfilled right now at this moment. You're bringing yourself back into your center, where you're already complete, right? So anyways, hope you all have a good day. That was my little words of wisdom for today. I don't know how wise they are, but anyways, have a good day.